Hi there and welcome to this video about creating my art journal page in my Dina Wakely book. My inspiration is a little underneath all these little things. This was my inspiration for the project, the painting from Annemieke book, and it was just color-wise that I wanted to go a little in that pink and buff titanium like colors. I've never worked with these colors before, so it's quite new. And the last time I wanted this part of the page to dry before I would continue. And in the meanwhile, I have found me this little piece of, well, my roller, my funny, I don't know where it is. I think it's still in the kitchen. I will get it later for you. It was my vintage roller that I bought on the market. But I think it would be nice to add a little of this on the right page. And I'm not cutting it because I really wanted it to be framed with the white here. And it's containing the colors that are also on the right page, so it's great. I even saw a face in this, so maybe I'm going to do something with that too. And now what I could also do is use this little, kitchen cleaning material for this page too, because I think it's wide enough. And I really love that. I think I love that. So maybe here, and I also love this. So maybe I can do some patterns with that later on. But I love the effect of having it here as well as there. So I'm making quite kind of relationships between the pages. I could also go for putting it against the pink, but maybe I need more green for this. Has to be greener. Where's the other part? That's smaller, I think. That's smaller. Maybe it's nice on top. Because I already love this so much. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Maybe I need to look whether this is nice here. No, this is too dominant. I want to keep that area. It needs to be calm. I don't know why, but I think this is nice. Also, I don't like this part of it because it's so dark. So let's see if I have just these little flowers here and I can do it like this. That could be nice. I don't like this, so. Also, I found this thing. I don't know, maybe it's a label from clothes, or I like both sides of it actually. So it could be added to the collage here as well. And now I see this, I don't know if this is what I'm wanting, but I can always overlap it. So I will just go for it. And then on the right page, it's maybe an option to do just some layering, some patterns making, and then it will be done. And I think we had a great session. And I used to work with someone who always created kind of open and fold things, flaps, and I really loved that way of working that she did. So maybe I want to have something like that too on this page. So I can stretch it out, or I can use the crinkling effect. And because it's still a little wet, I can spread the paint a little more like now. And now you see that this part from my flow is almost not visible anymore. So that's a great thing. And this is also, I really love working with these kinds of areas of things that are really, really great. And I think I have some other stuff on the table. I also found this one, and I think that's wonderful. It's from the soap, and the scent of it is just brilliant. It's quite thick, but it's, well, the color is matching at least the burlap. And this green is also a little green brown. It's also a bit in this pale umber. So this could be an option, but it is very thick. But it would be a lovely flat. So it could be added here. But I think it's, well, I think it's a little too thick. But I collected some other things. And one of those is this little piece of, well, again, oh, this is kitchen. Oh no, this is also a cleaning tissue, but I think I have already many of those. So, and this is also wonderful. This is with dried leaves. It's pretty white, but if I would do this on this page and on that page, it is nice. But I have to look if I have, and I know I have that upstairs, I have a larger piece of it. So then I can add it on the full width of the page. And also I have this, and I really love that. It's from the package that Denise Love sent me. So this would also be a wonderful thing to add in. I will miss this part though, so I don't know if I will do this, but it's a nice textured thing that would be very, very awesome here. So also it would be nice on that page. So, well, just see. I also love this, but I don't know where to use that. I have to tear it and then see, but I think this thing, this will absolutely be wonderful. So I have to look if I have some more, so I can have a strip of it added to this collage page. And also I found this, which is also great. This is from our wash, how do you call those? Washing laundry strips. So this would also be nice to make a flap of, but it's also very thick, and this book is already so, well, quite thick, so I don't want to use that this time. Now I will look upstairs if I have another piece of this. And I will also look for a piece of burlap that I put a little paint on in my last session. So I found me some paper that I can use. It's not exactly the same as the piece that I have here, but maybe it's more interesting. It's even more interesting because it's this. Or it's this with the orange leaves, which is also very lovely. Or these kinds of, well, leaves in it. It's great. So we really have to think about which one is the best. Here's also blue, but that's not what we have here. So if we go for this one with the orange leaves, I need to add something orange here. or I could just go for this because this is matching, or I go for these little leaf patterns. Now let's see what's the best thing to do. I will go for this. And it would be great to create my own paper. It would be so wonderful to do that one day. And now my friend Meta, she told me that she can do it, and she wants to do it. But it has to be nice weather because you need the paper to dry for a very long time. So it's not really great to do that in the Netherlands because it's raining a lot. At least today it's raining. And well, let's see. We have this to add here, or this, like this. I can do it like that. Or I go for this. And then I have a leftover piece which could be used for here. And I really love this thing, but this is a nicer color. So I will definitely go for that one. And in this case, I can see the leaf as well as the flower petals, which are, I think, from the poppy, the orange poppy. So I could go for this, or I could go for that. And I think this is nice. And then this is kind of my border, the burlap, and then I can add some paint to finish it off. And then we get a sort of extra horizon line. So I'll add it in the book. I never use so much paper at the same time. I am very careful using paper. I always want to keep something for the next time. So, for example, if I have a piece like this, I cut it in half because I don't want to spoil things and I don't want to use too much of it. I think it was this way. I have to put it a little up. So handmade paper it is, and I really want to make this myself. I think this one is coming from the paper mill we visited in France a couple of years ago. And it was really great because they were showing the full process of creating your own paper. And well, it was with leaves. They had a garden full of flowers that they used for the process. So that was really wonderful. And I also plucked some flowers myself. Now this piece is laying here all the time because I want to have it here. And it's kind of a Japanese effect, and I really love that. So especially this fraying is amazing. So I will see if I do it like this or like that. I think this is the best way for me, and I could even make some more fraying here by just removing some parts, if it's still possible, because I think there's already glue on it or something. So it's stick already. No. Here. I can move this one. Like maybe this was the best way. Anyway. So I will also glue that one down, and I don't want to have too many glue on fabric because sometimes the glue, sometimes it's drying up and it's drying up white. It's meant to dry transparently, but that doesn't always happen. Now you won't see much of the fabric anyway underneath this piece of burlap. And what I've done with the piece of burlap is just adding a little brown to it, because I found that the page could use a little contrast here. So this is something that I like very much. And now I have to look for my scissors. Here it is. And I will cut this one off. And then I want to add it to this page. So let's see what's a nice place for it. I don't want to overlap too many. Well, I will tear it a little because I don't like the hard edges of it. And now I have to see where it's nice. There's just a tiny piece of orange in it, but I think it will do fine. And I could even create a little flap. Like it goes here with a hidden message or something. It is by far the most outstanding piece because it's lighter, and lighter pieces are always dominant in a page. They are always taking the attention, and that is not a problem, but be wise placing it. Where's the best place? Like if I do it here, it's kind of a connection with that. I could also do it here because there is already a lighter space here. But it doesn't need to be here. I could also do it like this, but I think it's too close to this part. And I'm just searching for ways that are, well, are nice. This is also a nice combination. Maybe it's this piece is just too small. If I would go for this, oh, this is far too wide. I'm so happy that I found myself this piece. Yeah, what do I need to do? I could also go for this one and put this one on top or underneath. So I could do it like this, like you open it, and when you open it, you find this little piece. No, I don't think that's nice. And sometimes enough is enough. So you just have to be careful that not putting too many things in one piece. So, but if I do it like this, I could simply overlap a part of this and then, and it's quite thick as well. So that's also a thing that I have no, not really problems with, but I think this is nice. This way is nice. And I could even make it a little larger by using, well, maybe a bit of this, like that I have a little more lighter surface underneath. That it's not just this paper, but also a little of this. Just go for it. And so I'm building up. Oh, that's my leaf. Well, the best thing about this is that I can put it in a different place, like this. And maybe I even have a same kind of petal in the same color, so I can add it on this page. I really love that. Yeah. Now this is a very textured page, and I was planning to do some patterns in it too, but I'm now doubting if that's really nice on this page, because I picked out this green, this Posca pen, and it's also here in this this is the same like color, so I could just start and see if it's nice. Have myself a little pattern here. So at least this is coming back there. Now the final thing that I want to do is adding a little white here, because I want to go, this one would be my horizon line. So I will simply take a brush, that's not that big, also not that small, like this. And then I go for some whites mixed with a little buff titanium, I think. I still have some on my palette, but it's dried up. So let's see if this is the same color. Can be a bit more creamy, I think. So a bit more buff titanium. Buff titanium is one of my favorites. It's quite a boring color if you look at it at the first sight, but then when you get to know her, it's so wonderful to use it because it's a great skin color. It's also very, well, if you don't want to have white, but you want a bit more creamy like this, it's perfect. I just love it. So that's it. And maybe I could do some pattern things here underneath. Randomly dots here. And maybe I want to do something with that little green gold part here, because it's nowhere else in my page, on my page. So I want to remove that little, well, it's totally not like the work that Annemiki Bob created, but I think it's a wonderful page with completely new colors. I really never used these colors in one spread before, so it's just great. And I can just make these things a little more cohesive. Adding some paint. And overlap things that I find too dominant. That's the last thing that I'll be doing on this page. And yeah, I also like this. This could be a wonderful pattern that's throughout a page or something. It's kind of a 4-petal flower or something. It could be wonderful to do something with that. But I don't have that red ochre here anymore, but I will exaggerate it a bit more. It's more like a flower, just as if it's a flower like these, a real flower. And yeah, I think this part is quite messy, so I don't know if I want to keep it that way. I love this part and I love this part, but everything together is too, well, it's a bit like it's dominant or something. So I will see if I can overlap that still. Overlap it partly, maybe. Hope you understand that I split up the video a little because it would be far too long. You see that I'm working on a page for so many hours. This is really the way that I'm working often. I brought in some calm elements and it's matching that color, so that's nice. It's kind of a green brown color, and I could even add some of these nice flowers that I have here, but then I have to wait until it's dry again. And I think also it's good as it is right now. It's very nice, like this. And it's looking like a spring-like spread, and that color of orange is quite new to me, and I never thought I would use that color for this project. And also when you look at this, you see the heart of the flower is also having kind of yellow orange, so it's great that it's coming back here as well. I didn't intend it to be on this page, but I'm very satisfied with it, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you will watch again next time. So like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. I see you next time. Bye bye.